When did you become a Christian? What convinced you that the Bible is true? Were you raised by Christians? And if so, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you think that contributed to you becoming a Christian? Is it possible for someone to believe that they have a real relationship with God when in fact they do not? And if so, how do you know that your relationship with God is in fact real? There are tens of thousands of denominations of Christianity. They all disagree on either doctrinal or theological issues, many of which are seen as essential beliefs or actions for one to gain salvation. How confident are you that your denomination is the correct one? Or if you don't consider yourself to be a part of a denomination, how confident are you that your personal interpretation of the Bible, especially concerning its doctrine and its theology, is the correct one? The Protestant Bible contains 66 books. The Catholic Bible contains 73. The Ethiopian Orthodox Bible contains 81. And up until 1885, the King James Bible contained an additional 15 books known as the Apocrypha. The current Protestant Bible itself contains references to more than 30 books and letters that are not contained within it. Even Jesus Christ himself references and quotes many of these books. There have been many Bibles which have included many additional books, or excluded many popular books due to dispute among Christian scholars. Altogether, there have been hundreds of Jewish and Christian books that at some point, by some people, have been considered to be inspired by God. So how do you determine that the books in your Bible are all inspired by God? And how do you determine that the hundreds of books that are not in your Bible are not inspired by God? Many times the Bible refers to the earth as being flat, the sun as orbiting the earth, the sky as being a dome, as well as the earth sitting on pillars and being stationary. Christians typically don't believe that the Bible is being literal in these instances. Do you believe that the creation story in Genesis is also an instance where the Bible is not being literal? Or do you believe that it is a literal account of the creation of the universe? And if so, how do you determine that the Bible is being literal in this instance and not in the other examples? In your opinion, what are the 3 best proofs that the Bible is true? And just to clarify, this question is asking for the 3 best proofs of the Bible specifically, and not theism. Is it better to silence the critics and avoid listening to criticism, or is it better to engage with critics and refute criticism? Which of these 2 options do you find to be the approach that most Christians take? And lastly, are you open to the possibility that your beliefs might be wrong?